Hello everyone, welcome back to WS Cube. In our today's session, we'll be talking about inheritance in Python. Before we start learning what is inheritance in Python, let's have a small recap on what we have learned in our previous session. So guys, in our previous session, we talked about methods and constructors in Python. And I hope you guys have no doubts and no questions from that topic. So today we will be starting with this new topic in OOP, that is inheritance in Python. Now this word inheritance, you might have heard this word before, that what is inheritance. You might have heard in terms of biology that what inheritance is, or maybe when people say they have inherited behaviors from their parents, so maybe that time you might have heard this word inheritance. Before that, if you want to become a successful data analyst and if you want to learn from our experts live, then you can call on the given number or you can fill the form that is provided in our description. Not just that, with our every batch, you will be getting 2 demo classes for free. So here also in Python, the inheritance means is very much similar to what we actually mean in real life. Inheritance is a method in Python that allows the user to define a class that would be our child class, which inherits behavior from a parent class. So basically, you might notice over here that there is an involvement of two classes or more than two classes over here. We are talking about child and parent. Child class is the one which inherits behavior from the other class, and that other class is called as the parent class. So let's understand it in this way, like there is a child and there is a parent, and parent is tall. Okay, so child inherits the same behavior, like he has like similar hormones, so he's eventually also tall. But at the same time, there is some behavior of a kid. Let's say he talks a lot, but the parent cannot inherit that behavior from the kid, right? Only kids can inherit behavior from the parents. Parents cannot inherit behaviors from the kids. So same thing over here happens in Python, that there are two classes. Like for example, if we take, there are two classes. The class A, that the parent class is there, and class B is the child class over here. So B can inherit all the properties, all the behaviors from class A, but the class A cannot inherit any behaviors of B. Now how it will be used, suppose if you have two classes, we have two classes, one has some properties, the other class also has some properties, right? If you want to call an object, you don't need to call it from both A and B. All you can do is you can tell B class that B class will inherit properties from A, and then you can create an object with the class B which will inherit all the properties from A. So you can use all the behaviors and properties from class A and B using one object, or you can create multiple objects as well which can inherit different properties from both the classes. So this is how inheritance work over here in Python. Let's have a look with the help of an example as well. I'll be creating a class over here. So class, and the class that I'm creating is for a company, so that's for a company A. Okay, and I'll put a colon over here. Inside it, I'm gonna create a function. So definition employee one, self parameter automatically comes over here, and inside it I'm writing print employee one name is John. I'm adding, let's say, another function to it. Let's say definition employee 2, and self already over here, and print employee 2's name is Lisa. Okay, this is my class A, and now I'm creating another class over here. That is my class company B. So class company B. Okay, I'll be writing definition. That means I'll be creating a function over here with employee 3 and 4. So employee 3 self print employee 3's name is Peter, and another function over here for employee 4. Employee 4's name is David, right? So I have taken 4 names over here and 4 functions over here. One is for employee 1, employee 2, and the company B has for employee 3 and employee 4. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create an object over here. Let's say I'm creating an object called as A1. A1 is equals to let's say it belongs to company B. Company B. Okay, Now what I'll do, if I'll write A1 dot, so you can see it's giving me two options available over here, that is employee 3 and employee 4. Employee 3 and employee 4 are the methods that I can use. But what if I want to use with the company B only? I want to use the methods of company A as well, that is employee 1 and employee 2. I want to use the methods of company A, but I have created an object with B. So what I'll do over here, I'll convert this company B class into a child class. How to convert it? All I need to do is create a bracket over here, the curved bracket or our parentheses. Inside I'll write company A. So once I have written company A, if I write over here A1 dot, now you can see I have all the four methods over here: employee 1, employee 2, employee 3 and employee 4, which is showing me that company B is a child class which has inherited all the properties from our company A, that is our parent class. So I'll be adding this text over here that it is a child class. How I have made it a child class? There is a simple method, just right after the name of the class. All I need to do is write the name of the class from which it wants to inherit the properties. So B wants to inherit the properties from our class A. That's why I have written the company A name over here right after the B. And now in this way, I can use any of the method from class A and class B. Now, this kind of inheritance is called as single inheritance, where there is an involvement of a single parent and single child. So, if I want to write over here employee 1, and if I try to run it as well, it gives me employee 1's name is John, even though A1 belongs to class B, but because it's a child class which has inherited all the properties from our parent class, still it's giving me the employee one's details over here. Why? Because it has inherited all the properties from our class A, that is company A. Inheritance is further divided into three categories. The one which we have seen over here right now is a single inheritance. We'll be talking about the other two types of inheritance as well. That is called as multi-level inheritance and multiple inheritance. Single inheritance, we have just seen that it involves single parent and single child. Let's talk about multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance involve grandparents as well. For example, let's say there is a child, there is a father, and then there is a grandparent. So child will inherit all the properties from the parent, but child can also inherit from properties of grandfather. There are some grandkids who look alike their grandparents, right? Or they inherit some behavior from their grandparents. So this can also happen here in Python, that a class can inherit properties from a parent and also from the grandparent. So that is called as multi-level inheritance over here. So we'll be discussing that and we'll see the example of that as well now. I'll be considering the same example over here. All I need to do is create another class over here. So I'm creating class company C. So this company C will inherit all the properties from company B, and because company B has already inherit methods of company A, so that's why this company C will have all the methods of B and as well as of A. Let's see how it can be done. So for that, I'll be creating another function definition employee 5. I'm adding a self parameter over here. I'll be printing employee 5's name is Zia. Okay, now what I want this company C to inherit all the methods, all the properties of company B. So what I'll be doing, I'll be writing over here company B. Okay, so now this class is our child class. So I'll be adding over here child class. This class will become the parent class, and lastly this class will become our grandparent class. This is called multi-level over here. So now let's create an object for our class C. So I'll be creating A1 is equals to company C, and open close the parentheses. To call it, I will be writing A1 dot, and now you can see even though company C only has employee 5's data, but because it is inheriting all the properties from B, which is inheriting all the properties from A, so now we have all the 5 methods over here. Whichever we want to go with, we can go with. So if I want to go with the fourth one as well, so I can go with the fourth one, and as soon as I run it, I get the data of the employee 4, that is the employee 4's name is David. So this is how multi-level inheritance work. Next we'll be talking about multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance is very simple. There are involvement of two parents here in this case, that there is mom, there is dad, and the child inherits properties from both mom and dad. So we'll be considering company A as a mother class and company B as a father class. So I'll be calling this as parent 1 class, and this one will be our parent 2 class. Okay, I'll be removing this from here. So now we have two separate different classes, company A and company B. And what this company C will do, company C will inherit all the properties from company A and company B. So company B is already written over here. I'll also add company A and company B. So company C now inherits all the properties from company A and company B. If you want to see an example over here, if I write A1 dot, you can see again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the 5 methods are over here. We can use any one of these methods. Whichever method we want to go ahead with, we can go ahead with. So if I go with number 3 also and try to run it, it works over here that employee 3's name is Peter. So this is what multiple inheritance is. Multiple, and don't get confused between multiple and the multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is when a class inherits a properties from another class which has inherited a properties from another class. While so there are different levels of it, while at the same time multiple inheritance means that a class has inherited properties from two different classes. There can be multiple classes as well, but yeah, we'll be consider here because we have considered a case of two classes, so it has inherited behaviors from the two classes over here. That is our multiple inheritance. So I hope guys, what is inheritance and what are the three different types of inheritance are pretty much clear to you now. In our next session we will be discussing about encapsulation in OOP. So stay connected guys, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.